Peace, ladies. So, have you ever been in a situation where maybe you got into an argument with somebody or something triggers you or upsets you, and then you're very emotional and you might say something that you regret later on? I've been there before, and I know probably a lot of people have been there before, especially as women, since we're so highly emotional. Sometimes we say things that we later regret or we didn't really think before we spoke. So I just wanted to give you a little tip, and I always talk about this, but just more in depth, and that is to journal. And before you're like, what doesn't make any sense, just hear me out on this, okay? So, my tip on journaling to help you control your emotions um, has helped me, and it's all about becoming more self-aware, right? So journaling could really help you become self-aware and aware of just your feelings and why maybe your triggers or something that really causes you to react to situations instead of responding. So, this is exactly how you can journal to help control your emotions. When we are in a very emotional state, we're probably triggered because of something or upset. So it can really put us kind of in a dangerous situation because we don't want to hurt ourselves or the people around us with words that we didn't choose carefully. So, in order to avoid this, you can use journaling. So, when you are emotional, when you're in that emotional state, it's totally okay to feel that way. We're human beings and we have a whole plethora of emotions, right? So, definitely feel your emotions. Feel them all the way through so you're not holding on to any suppressed emotions. So you can cry, let it out, but I would advise to probably not say everything that's on your mind, even though it may seem like that's all you want to do at the moment. And sometimes, yes, if you feel like you're being respectful, of course, then go ahead and voice your feelings. But if you're just speaking out of anger or frustration, it can really damage some of your relationships. So I would just suggest to instead feel your emotions and then write down everything. Even when you're going through the emotions, if you have that energy, write down exactly what you're feeling so you can really evaluate what you're feeling. And then once you're over it, come back with a rational mind and really look at what you wrote. So you might be a little surprised afterwards if you were being disrespectful or anything like that. So that's really gonna save you from making a mistake. And if it's down on paper, no one else had to deal with that, you know? Um, and then you can really evaluate what is the best way to respond to something. If it's something involving another person, maybe they said something, or maybe, maybe there was an argument, like I said, or a miscommunication. So then you can pick and choose what feels real to you, what you really need to get off of your chest, or what's really bothering you, upsetting you. It's important to tell that person, but instead of speaking out of anger, now you have the chance to speak out of rationality. And I know it's not always going to go down like that, but if you have the opportunity to do that, why wouldn't you, save yourself the embarrassment or the damage in a relationship, right? Because we can really get ourselves into trouble sometimes when we just speak without thinking before. So, that's just a little tip on, how to use journaling to your advantage. And there's so many other advantages of journaling as well, but this is just one way to help you control your emotions. Because a woman who is in control of her emotions can really benefit her life and really take control of, you know, her part in the relationship, whether it be a friendship or a marriage or anything like that. Um, you can really control yourself, you know, because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we just want to blurt out the first thing that comes to our mind because it feels like it feels good to let go of it. But like I said, it's probably not the best way to respond. So that will also actually help you mature a little bit because you're not just we're not just reactionary anymore. We're not just reactionary, and we really have the self-control, the discipline to consider how our words impact other people and how they impact ourselves. You know, even if this can go even for not just an argument with somebody else, but say you have something like you're a bully to yourself, because I've been there before. And when you say things out loud, it becomes real to you. So you got to really be careful with your words to yourself as well. Now, if you're feeling triggered or something about yourself that you may not like or anything like that, you could do the same technique. So really write it down when you're feeling emotional, but come back later with a rational mind and evaluate, is this the truth? Did I write down the truth? And anything that is untrue to you, you can rip that page out if you want to. You can shred it, you can burn it, just be careful, of course, with, whatever. You can do whatever you need to do to get rid of it, and then you can take it a step further if you want to and write down a better way to look at the situation, a better, more positive way, a more positive perspective, and that can really save you some mistakes, and it can save you some damage to yourself or to others. So I just really think it's so important for us to journal because, I was talking to some ladies. I do events for ladies, so I get groups of ladies together at least once a month, right? I try to. So I gave out little mini journals in our last event, and I was surprised to hear that some of the ladies don't journal at all. So I was like, I thought everybody did this, like from the time we were little kids, we used to have our diaries and stuff. But yeah, some people don't. So I just thought, let me just remind you that journaling is a really useful tool, and that you don't have to say everything that comes to your mind at first. Really pick and choose your words carefully, and it's going to save you a lot of damage. So anyways, I hope you might consider journaling, and if you want a little more information or just ideas on journaling or anything like that, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to this channel, and please share this video with other women or girls that you think this might benefit. And it was so good to talk with you, and I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace, ladies.